It's interesting though, because when you're building and growing, I think everyone's like rooting for you and cheering for you. But once you get to a certain size, people want to see you fall. They want
Then
to
it's
they
like
want to drag you
interesting.
down.
They're like, this is a good story. People loved them. Now they hate them.
Sorry to interrupt. Did that camera go out, or is it just?
Oh,
I don't know what that.
Recording stopped.
interesting. It did.
Oh no.
Thank you.
Good
Okay.
thing he pointed
That was
No worries.
very observant of
One
you.
time
Matt.
we had a
Well,
camera.
We have people that understand the camera.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Hello, you little lemon drops, and happy Wednesday.
Welcome to the squeeze.
Welcome to the squeeze. You got two Taylors here,
Sure do.
a boy and a girl,
2 Taylors and a Remy on the floor.
and a Remy on the floor. She's a little camera shy today, so she didn't hop up here.
How are we doing?
We're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got another killer episode this week.
Yes. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yes. My stomach is currently very crampy for anybody watching. It's hurting. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there.
I'm sorry.
So if anybody else's stomach is not feeling great at the moment, I'm thinking about you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people do as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Who do we have on the episode this week?
This week we have Matt and Abby,
Matt and Abby.
who you may know from the U of the Tube.
YouTube, the TikTok. They just launched a podcast.
Yes,
Called
the
the
Unplanned
Unplanned.
Podcast.
Yes. Which we were on.
Yes.
We had a very fun day of filming. We taped an episode together, and then we tore down, and then they did their whole little setup.
It was impressive.
Yeah, it was.
They definitely know what they're doing.
They do know what they're doing. So we had a fun little like back-to-back day, but we had so much fun just sitting down and talking with them. They're such like down-to-earth, genuine people. So the conversation was great and easy.
Yeah, and their life is just fascinating.
Yeah, they're pregnant, about to have their other baby, and their babies will be 13 months apart.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hectic household.
Yeah, but we just had like awesome conversation with them about, parenting, being first-time parents, what it was like with them, how they're feeling about baby number 2, and just kind of like the adjustment because, that'll be us in our next stage in life at some point. Not right now. So I always love just getting different people's perspectives on parenthood, especially when, they are so early in the process and they're about to have baby number 2.
Yeah. And
So
they're
close.
pretty young too.
Yeah.
But yeah, good for them. They seem like they are wonderful parents already, and
Yeah.
we'll keep it up. And yeah, we were very excited to have them on the squeeze. So hope you guys enjoy the conversation and learn something.
But yeah, we're just super excited for this episode because it's a very just genuine, fun conversation. We laughed a lot and had a lot of fun with them. So enjoy this episode. And then when we're done with this episode, head over to their podcast,
Yes. Unplanned.
Unplanned, and take a listen to our episode.
Boom.
Yeah, boom, baby.
See you on the other side.
Matt and Abby, welcome to the squeeze.
Thank you for having us.
No, thanks for being here.
We're so stoked. This is awesome.
It's an
Love
honor.
that.
It really is.
Yeah, I love the
Aw.
setup, by the way. This is
Oh my
super
gosh.
official. I love the neon sign. I love the lemon tree behind you guys. Very
It's
cool.
actually a real lemon tree.
No, it's not. Don't listen to him.
I believed you
I
immediately.
believe you too.
I knew they were going
I was
to.
gonna like pull one for them.
I would have tasted it.
Plastic.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we start each episode with a little game called Cit-rus Got Real. And recently we've been forgetting to do this. So
Yeah.
so we're not going to forget it today. In front of you, you have that lemon jar. There are pieces of paper with very random questions in there. If you could pull maybe one for you and one for you, and let's get this
I love
Cit-rus Got
this.
Real going.
Yeah.
Your
Cit-rus
branding
Got
is
Real.
so amazing.
Yes,
Grab
I
it.
love your branding. I'm gonna grab Abby's because she's pregnant and can't really
Very
bend over too
pregnant.
well.
Can't
Okay.
reach.
Here's one for you, babe.
Okay.
Sorry,
And
the
then-
papers are long.
Should I
Sure.
go first?
Yeah, go first. I got one for me.
What would be the worst thing for the government to make illegal?
Ooh.
What would be the worst thing for the government to make illegal? Puppies.
Oh, that's a good answer.
That would be terrible. Oh my gosh.
Wait, that kind of made me sad.
Puppy's
Yeah,
illegal.
well, it
Everyone
said
must.
the worst thing.
Oh gosh,
I
what would
did
be
take
bad?
it seriously.
What would be bad to make illegal?
You could be like almond milk
Oh yeah,
because then you'd be
dairy-free
screwed.
alternatives.
Yeah.
If they made those illegal, I couldn't eat food.
Oh
Yeah.
no,
I'm
I'm a
like-
dairy girl.
I'm lactose
I'm a
intolerant.
dairy
I
girl.
can't.
Maybe PDA for us. I feel like we
Okay.
are
Oh
so-
yeah, because that actually is illegal.
Yeah, oh, there's some countries
Somewhere?
where PDA
Like
is
Dubai.
illegal.
Well, you guys
Oh.
can't go there.
We
No,
can't.
we will
You
get
can't-
arrested.
Like in the mall, you can't hold hands.
Really?
I've heard that. Yeah.
So
Oh,
no
wow.
one should honeymoon in Dubai. Apparently,
Right.
it
Noted.
probably is a honeymoon destination. Am I making something up?
Yeah.
People
I
are
think-
gonna be like, "No, you're wrong."
I don't know. We might. Yeah, I know. We have friends that are gay that went to Dubai and they were like super careful not to hold hands because like they just had to be careful.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if PDA. I know there are countries where PDA is illegal though.
No, PDA
Right.
is definitely not allowed.
Yeah. We
So that would be bad.
Okay.
we do less now that we've been married almost 4 years. But
Yeah,
like
we like our personal space a
we,
little bit more.
we would
Yeah.
PDA so hard at the beginning.
I think that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
That is a very good answer.
Oh my
I like
gosh, how
that.
funny.
Okay, should I go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could be a fly on the wall, who would you want to listen in on?
Mm.
Anyone.
Mm.
Ooh, that's really
Ooh.
good.
I feel like we just had this conversation recently about someone like, if I could just be,
Wait, really?
I can't think of it now.
Fly on the wall. Listen.
Maybe the president? I don't know. I'm
That
so
would be
curious.
I feel like that's
Fascinating.
like the go-to answer.
Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
don't want to know what's going on.
I'm just so curious. Yeah, like what does it actually look like? I don't know. There's that must be really interesting.
Yeah. Definitely fascinating.
Oh, I feel like I have a good one, but I can't think of it.
Mine would probably just be Simon Cowell when he's chilling at home.
Oh my gosh, of course.
I was actually just thinking about this because we were talking about Justin Bieber, and I was like,
Yes.
I wonder just like what him and Haley talk about. I'm not even like a fangirl, but I'm just like, do they have normal conversations? Do they wake up in the morning together, like, and drink coffee? And
I'm curious why
That's a
Simon
good
Cowell.
answer.
Are you a big Simon Cowell fan?
Yeah, I'm just obsessed with him. Always
Really?
have been.
Have you met
No
him?
way.
No, I don't think I have.
Really?
Put it
You
out
haven't?
there, get him
I
on the
don't
show.
think so.
You got-
This is my thing. I forget, like, I say that answer a lot. Like, people ask me, like, have you met that person? And it's happened before where I've said no, and then a couple days later I think back. I'm like, oh, of course I did. I like ran into them at this event or something. So I always forget if I actually have met people.
Yeah.
But I don't think I have met Simon.
We've
Okay.
done a lot of things.
Maybe he'll come on the squeeze.
That,
Simon.
That would be a dream. Yeah.
That would. Would you be okay? Would you be able to do that interview?
I don't know. I would definitely need to like take some deep breaths beforehand.
That's so funny just to me for me to hear you say that you would be nervous to have Simon Cowell on. 'Cause I'm like, Simon Cowell should be honored to be on your show, you know? Like
I don't know what it is. I mean, I started watching American Idol when I was a young kid. That must have been it. And then I just like fell in love with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our friend recently interviewed Simon, and he knows that like Taylor loves him, so they recorded a little video. Did he post that?
I
He
posted it.
posted it like
So
hardcore
funny.
static real posted that.
Yeah, of course.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it was. She was still sleeping, and I woke up and I watched that video, and I was freaking out.
I mean, I think the most surprising thing about that sentence is you woke up before me.
Simon was calling.
I guess so.
Simon was calling.
I know how to wake you up early now. I guess.
Simon's the only thing that could wake me up.
Set
Before
his
you.
His
voice.
alarm.
His voice is the alarm clock. It's like
Yes.
Taylor, wake up. Taylor,
Yes,
wake
I
up.
need to do that.
That would be jarring.
Anyways, okay. Simon, president. Did you have one?
And no, I don't know.
Okay. She's Justin and Haley.
I'm not even like a huge.
Abby's a huge Justin Bieber fan. Has photos of him all over our
I was
bedroom.
thinking.
I'm just kidding.
I was like, do you think they toot in front of each other and like do all those
I
like
hope
That's a
they
good
normal
do.
couple things?
I hope they do. Do you guys toot in front of each other?
No.
No.
He won't. He won't let
No
us.
way.
Oh gosh.
No
Okay.
way. Seriously?
And I have IBS, so
Yeah.
that's a problem.
I don't know. I may get there one day.
I don't know. It's been
I
5
honestly
years.
think
I
child's
know.
birth is gonna. Well, even after I had a colonoscopy, probably like 2 years into us dating, and like
Yeah.
after that, you are like stuff's like
Oh.
there's air coming out of you.
Yeah, no.
Cit-rus got real.
Yeah.
really real.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
We burp like crazy in front of each other,
I respect that.
but
Number 2 or
no.
whoa.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, they're newlyweds for sure.
No, they've been together for 5 years though. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think you would do that though.
No, I think I needed like alone time with that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Even,
I would
like-
prefer it. He just always finds his way.
Like I wouldn't care if you did it, like if the door was open, but I'm like I need to like just have a moment to myself.
I feel the same. So guess we're not going to do it.
I think it's a great time to have a conversation. You know?
Right?
That's
They
when
can't-
he's
they
spoken
can't
Someone
leave.
can't get away.
Yeah, she can't get away. So she's-
Trapped.
she's
Oh my gosh.
right there.
Oh my.
Man,
Okay,
I did
maybe
not
I
think we
am.
were going to talk
All
about
right.
this so early on. I'm so
I'm gonna
sorry.
start doing that to you. I'll get you to listen.
Oh yeah, okay.
You're sitting, you're stuck.
Oh my
Mhm.
God.
We'll see how that goes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, let's start off with baby.
Yes.
Congrats on baby number 1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congrats
Thank
on baby
you.
number 2.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
We were just talking how far apart are they going to be?
13 months.
And that was planned or
No.
Goes
Wait.
with their theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh my gosh. Frick.
What?
Wait, is that where the idea came from?
not really, but it just
Ki-
works well.
kind of.
It's
kind
very
of.
on brand. The branding.
Kind of.
The
Yeah,
branding.
The Unplanned Podcast. No, I think Abby came up with the name, and I was like, no way, because like we're very unplanned. I think you guys told us to be here at 10:30 or something. I feel bad because like we're so unplanned. I think we were like a little late. I'm like, crap, this is so, like we're going to see the Lautners. we're so unplanned, but it's on brand for us. And then I was
Okay.
like, oh, this pregnancy is unplanned too. So I guess it's the perfect name for a
We
podcast.
keep
Yeah.
saying, I feel like unplanned, but meant to be.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We're so excited. I truly believe that we have the best years ahead of us. Having 2 little boys 13 months apart. It's gonna be so cool to watch them bond, grow up together, be
Yeah.
best friends. And yes, it'll probably be hard while we have 2 under 2, but we have our in-laws who just moved in with us to help with the babies. And it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a
Just need
party.
extra hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm not even sure if our first will be walking by then. So we're going to be
Yeah.
really in for it.
Oh yeah.
But the moment you first found out, were you freaking a bit? Because
Yeah.
we had friends that just went through this, not as tight,
close.
but similar, and it was a scary feeling at first.
It was.
Mhm.
I think, I mean, it sounds awful, but the first day we were on a Disney World family trip. And I remember just like being in like the happiest place on earth, like all these cheery music. And I actually felt dread for a little bit because I was just like, how are we about to do this all over again? Because
Yeah.
we were in kind of a rough stage with having a 4-month-old
Yeah.
Oh,
where it's
that's
like
hard.
there's like a sleep regression that
Oh, yes.
happens and we weren't sleeping. And I also had a double hernia repair after my
Oh,
first pregnancy.
gosh.
So I was like, physically, am I even able to like
Mhm.
carry a child right now? Like, they
Mhm.
told me to wait. And so I was like, is this okay? And then also there was a lot of denial. I kept telling Matt, I was like, we just got to get to the doctor because I just don't think that this is right. He's like, you took 2 tests. They're very positive.
Mhm.
They were like immediately positive. And so then I was like, oh, what if it's twins?
Oh
Because
god.
the test was so, and because the nature of it, we knew when we got pregnant because we weren't being careless, but we weren't being perfect.
There were literally 2 times though, like 2 times that it could have even potentially happened.
So I was like, for it to be this early and it's that dark, and then I like Google it,
Yeah.
and if I was breastfeeding at the time, or still kind of am, and they were like, your chances of having twins go up.
Really?
I don't know. That's what Google said. I don't,
Huh.
and I was like, no, and we were just like freaking out all day, and it was a secret, but.
Oh
It's
man.
changed so much since then. Once you see that little baby on an ultrasound, you're like,
Oh my
this
gosh.
is perfect. This is the
Yeah.
happiest thing
Mhm.
ever. It just took an adjustment mentally.
Yeah.
I can't.
I
yeah,
bet.
I can't imagine. I can't imagine like housing a baby inside of I used to want, I mean, because I'm an only child, I used to want like 5 kids in a huge family because I'm kind of like the only one out of like my cousins that is my age. Everyone's like 10 years and 10 years. So I was kind of just like alone. So I was like, I want a big family. And then I went through nursing school and like doing my OB rotation and like learning everything and like seeing births. I was like, I have to forget all of this before I even have a child because I like can't. Like watching that, I came home and I was like, babe, we're never having children. I can't.
It's jarring.
It's very intense.
Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, my best friend is a labor and delivery nurse and she like wants a bunch of babies. I'm like, how no.
Yeah, this started by you wanting like a massive family
Yeah.
and me being like, I think 2 might be fine.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we've gone like this.
Yeah.
You switched, you went.
I don't think I want like 4 plus kids. That seems like it would be a lot, but I don't think I want 1, but I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out.
I feel like we're going to have one and we're going to be like sucked in and be like, give me all of them. Like I could see us having one and then just like pumping like a bunch of them out.
13 months later, number 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that close.
I know. Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, we will see. But your birth was like a little rough.
Yeah, it really was. I kind of forget that.
It was scary. I got pushed out of the way. They had to like hike Abby's legs up and do all this crazy stuff to try to get our baby out because he got stuck for a little bit. It's called shoulder dystocia.
This is why you don't marry someone a foot taller than you.
I was a big baby too. I was like 9'4", and my brothers were both over 2 pounds, both over 10 pounds. So I was like the smallest of all my mom's babies.
Oh God.
So Abby had a big baby. Our first son was 8 pounds 4 ounces.
It's really not that big, but I guess just in relation to I'm 5'2". I'm small.
But I think we just went to the doctor like 2 weeks ago, and they said you're measuring at 4 pounds 8 ounces. What was it right now? So yeah, Abby's gonna have big babies, and she already has. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
anyway, it gets stuck in there. Is that
So
have you seen that as a nurse?
I haven't seen that physically happen, but I've like read about it. Yeah, they like get stuck because you have to like turn them as they're coming out, but sometimes their shoulder like literally like just it gets stuck and you literally can't pull them out.
The shoulder.
So what do you do?
I mean, I think there's a few things you can do. Don't quote me on that.
There's like a progression.
Yeah.
So the first thing they did worked. Basically, they just moved me in a crazy position, and then everyone pushed on my stomach and like ejected him.
Push on your stomach.
They pushed him out of the way, and then like all pushed him out.
Wait, did that hurt when they pushed on your stomach?
I don't think it felt good. I don't really like. I kind of like.
Yeah,
oh
you got
gosh,
so much adrenaline.
Abby's a superstar. Like going through that much pain.
Crazy.
She was in so much pain she couldn't even make any noise. Like it was.
The videos of me look so peaceful.
But you
I
told
was
me
like,
earlier.
wait, I was peaceful, but I was like, I was not peaceful.
Inside, you were.
No, I was like, that was the craziest thing I've ever been through. But it was not enough to make me not do it again. So I mean, the hormones are crazy afterwards.
So moving forward now, is that like a fear? What is your doctor saying about like the chances of that? Or?
Yeah, it can happen again. So I think she feels most comfortable. Like she's kind of pushing for a C-section. So
how do you feel about that?
Honestly, at this point, I've really come to terms with it. I'm like, honestly, I'll just come with my suitcase.
Oh yeah,
to the hospital.
Show
and
up for your appointment.
Me up. My baby will be here 2 hours later.
Yeah.
Honestly, sounds great because the first time it took like 27
hours.
hours.
We were there over.
Yeah.
Were you in labor for over 24 hours? Yeah, it was over 24 hours.
I just don't want them to mess up my hernia surgery I had.
Oh.
So.
Yeah.
I'm like, everyone, let's just all get aligned, get it all figured out before
get it
we
on
go.
track.
Yeah. But I don't know. As long as my baby's here, I really don't care.
Yeah. My girlfriend she's very like a planner, and she scheduled both C-sections. She didn't need a C-section at all, but she told her doctor, she was like, I'm gonna like, I'll have 2. You can time my tubes after like I'm done, but I want like C-sections. And so she literally like showed up, date and time. She has this thing where she brings a lamp to like make it feel cozy, and because it's like a warm light. I don't know, but I don't know. That's what
I
he
wish I
says.
was like that. Like,
So-
I'm obviously not a good planner. So something that still keeps me up at night is the fact that I never made like gift baskets for our nurses at the hospital.
Aw.
People do that, and it feels like I'm like, man, I meant to do it. I just didn't do it.
Yeah, you had a bit going on.
Yeah,
was
you were
busy.
Yeah, you were a little busy. I can tell you that it's totally fine. Those labor and delivery nurses,
They'll
man,
forgive you.
they get all the gift baskets. Us cardiac nurses get nothing.
Get nothing.
Just kidding.
Oh my God.
You did earlier. I forgot to ask this. Your parents living with you, is that like?
Yeah, I'm very curious about this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It literally just happened. So
Oh,
okay.
check
So
back
it's
with
new.
us. They moved in on Sunday, and today
Oh.
is Tuesday, right?
Yeah, so they
Oh.
moved in, and the next day it's like we're driving to LA to go film some podcasts.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
haven't lived with that situation for long.
No, I mean I haven't lived with my parents since I was in high school.
Yeah.
But we're really close,
Mhm.
and I think it's just the stage of life we're in, where it's like it's really important to us that we have like the people that are in our son's life. I want them to be people that are going to be in his life forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like long term. So it feels really good to know that like the people that are going to be there and investing in him are his actual grandparents, and
Yeah.
That's
so we're
sweet.
really thankful.
Mhm.
And I don't know, we're both very I would say we're extroverted people.
Oh yeah.
And so I feel like our social battery is high.
Okay.
So
Okay.
You don't
and
need
their
a ton
social
of
battery is
alone
low.
time.
So they're gonna keep their own space, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mhm.
I
I think
can
it'll
only
work out.
imagine how helpful it's going to be.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. And they're great about like not getting into our business. I mean, if that
Nice.
makes sense. And we don't really get into their business. So I think it'll be good. Like we'll just respect each other's like
Yeah.
space. And we do, it's funny, we have a guest bedroom and connected to it is our podcast studio. So they're going to take over those two rooms.
Oh,
and then we're
wow.
just going to use our podcast studio once a week to film. And then the rest of the week they just get to use it. So it's
nice.
yeah.
Day
that-
one
that
went
definitely
very
works out.
smoothly.
Okay. We're off to a
Great.
good start.
Yeah.
The hopes are high.
I like it. How was the road trip?
Well, you know, we split time with the baby. So like the first half of the road trip, we had him in our car, and then we're like, well, you know what? You guys are going the same place.
Yeah.
So he slept most of the time in their car.
Okay.
And it was actually really nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
It was
amazing.
good. And then for the second half, when Griffin was asleep in their car, I was like, Abby, we should really listen to an episode of The
listened to The
Squeeze. So we listened
Oh my
to
gosh.
we listened to your first episode together, and
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
it was-
fun.
Which wouldn't
really
have
fun.
happened otherwise. It would have been Miss Rachel in the car. So
that's usually Miss Rachel.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm
Thanks for
honored.
tuning in.
yeah.
Of course, love the podcast. By the way, it's really fun listening to you guys. Abby and I were joking, like it's almost like therapy listening to you talk
Aw.
because you're so chill, and you guys seem to have very high emotional intelligence. So it was
Wow.
almost like therapeutic listening to your podcast.
Oh
I
wow.
appreciate
That's
that.
so nice.
That's
calming.
how we feel doing it.
Yeah.
We're like, it's so therapeutic for us. We love
Yeah,
it.
we always say this is free therapy. I feel like after each one, we like leave. Like one of us has either had like an aha moment or we've like taken something away from it. So
Yeah.
it's been really cool.
Yeah.
Some episodes I'm literally like, this is me. Like I completely understand. It happens to you a lot.
It does happen to me a lot. We'll have like guests on and they say something like, I think I do this probably because of this. And I'm like, oh, the light bulb just goes off. And I'm like, that's exactly why I do that.
Yeah.
I learned so much about myself. It's fun.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Can I go back to
Oh.
the beginning a little bit
Yeah, sorry.
before babies? And could you just tell me how you guys like met? Because you
Mhm.
said high school?
Yes. Well, we
Yeah.
technically met in middle school.
Wow.
And I had a massive crush on Matt, and he didn't know I existed. You know how the story goes. And it's kind of a long story, but long story short, we are theater kids.
Okay.
Yep.
And so it was a summer theater in St. Louis. And I lived 2 hours from St. Louis. So I would just come in, and my mom was like the sweetest and really supported like my dreams as a kid, and would stay in a hotel if I got cast in a show. It was a regional theater.
Okay.
And if I got cast, she would stay for like 3 to 4 weeks while I did the rehearsal and
Wow.
performance process. And
Oh wow.
anyway, Matt was a resident at this, like he was in
Okay.
all the shows.
Okay,
And
so
he
you
was
were
also
always there.
local. He was always there.
I was local, and I started doing shows at this professional theater since I was 8. I guess was the first time.
Okay.
And so yeah, we just met. We were acquaintances, didn't really know each other that well, but apparently Abby had a crush on me. I had no idea.
I told all my
Um,
friends back at home. I
Oh
was
my
like
God.
a small town girl at this like bigger theater, and they all knew each other kind of, and I
Yeah.
was like the outcast, so I was like silent.
But in high school, though, summer before our senior year, I had I'd been crushing on this girl in high school for a really long time, and I was like, you know what, like I need to like move on from this, and immediately I was like just blown away by how beautiful this cute girl in the
We
show
played
was.
cards together, and he
We-
doesn't even remember this.
I don't know. It's just like I had this eureka moment where I was like, I just had my head down and wasn't like paying attention. And I look up and like, this girl is so beautiful. She's so sweet. She's such like a good person.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to ask her on a date.
What
so
have I been doing?
yeah, what have
Yeah.
I been doing? So
Yeah.
I asked her on a date. We went
His
on our
18th birthday was our first
Aw.
date,
Oh, cool.
first date on my 18th birthday. And ever since then, you
which
know,
is
the
weird
rest is
because
history.
he was still going into a senior year of high school. He did kindergarten twice, and then
I did,
Okay.
yeah, I did
just for the
kindergarten
people that are
twice.
gonna fact check that,
Yeah.
Um,
I have undiagnosed ADHD, so I like
he
would not
needed
sit
a
in-
second lap
I would
around there.
not sit
Yeah.
still in school. So
Okay.
but yeah, no, I mean, then we dated long distance throughout high school, went to college together pursuing the arts. We went to school at Missouri State University in Springfield, Missouri for the acting program. We were BFA acting majors. And then after a semester, we were like, you know what? We want to focus on a relationship. We knew a lot of people at the time that were in theater, and I know it's different with like film and television, but like in theater, a lot of times people will
go
have
on
to go
tour.
on a tour and they don't see their spouse for like 6 months.
Right.
Yeah.
And we just decided we couldn't do that.
Yeah,
And so we're like, let's
tough.
get like regular people degrees in college, and we can always come back to the
Mm.
arts at some point, but let's just like focus on regular jobs for now.
Oh, wow.
And maybe one day we can return. And so it was,
Dang.
I went into
Yeah.
teaching, and
And I
I
went-
went into finance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dang.
And then
What a little switcheroo.
we really
Yeah.
switched it up, and
Big
then
time.
switched it up again. Now
Yeah.
well, yeah, because we had always wanted to be like on Broadway. I think that was the dream for both of us. And then with social media, like somehow this just, I don't know. It was this side hustle, this side gig that I was like, it'd be so cool if we could make videos together and maybe make a little bit of side money,
Yeah.
you know, so that we can have a creative outlet in addition to our regular jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'cause we're like, we
Um,
have to do something creative no matter what, because
Yeah,
we
for
can't
sure.
just like switch it up and start doing finance
Yeah.
Yeah.
fully. But yeah. Fun fact about us is that we've only ever kissed each other and only ever dated each other,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
because we started dating so young,
Well,
and like we were
that's
both just like,
Oh.
isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I think
that's
about it
super sweet.
sometimes. I'm like, that's pretty weird.
Am I a good kisser? I don't know.
We don't know. We literally don't know.
We don't know. That's so funny. Oh my gosh.
Dang. That's crazy. That normally like doesn't work.
Doesn't work? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
It's
But
working.
I
Great for
always tell
them.
them like, don't have this expectation, because most
Right.
people, I would say 99% of people should not marry the person that was their first boyfriend or girlfriend. That
Yeah.
doesn't seem like a good idea.
yeah. That's pretty special though.
It is really special.
What was that game of cards you played? Do you remember
don't
what the
know.
game was?
Oh
Game
yeah,
of
we
cards.
played ERS. Remember that?
ERS.
Oh, that's
is
It's
right.
like, it's like you slap the deck.
Oh.
Egyptian rescue. Is
I
that
don't.
so?
I didn't want to say that because it
Maybe
kind of
that
sounds
is that
weird.
politically correct? Maybe yeah. I'll just call it ERS.
ERS.
It's a game where you like slap the deck if there's like a double or a sandwich.
Yes.
And then you get all the cards.
Okay. Yep, I've played that.
We played that.
Okay.
I literally
He
don't
does
remember
not
that. I'm so
remember.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
One of many who's played
But yeah,
cards.
We moved on from that, but I did just need to go back to it because I wanted to know what you were playing.
That was it.
So a fun note I wanted to add is when Abby and I were in college, we worked at this pizza restaurant together. And the reason we worked together is we only had one vehicle. We shared a car. I think at that point might have been sharing the same bank account too. I can't remember.
We didn't have any money, so it
Um,
really didn't make a difference.
But we were just, I don't know, we were so in love, and we knew we wanted to get married in college, and we knew that like to make that happen, we wanted to be independent from our parents. So we just got jobs right away freshman year to make money so we could be independent and,
Yeah.
and be young and happy and free and married and everything. Anyway, but at this pizza restaurant, we thought it was so much fun, and we thought, wow, if one day we could work together, you know, doing something or have a company or
That's
something.
so
we
like,
talked about like,
funny.
what if we had like a cupcake shop or some
Yeah.
business
Oh my
together?
gosh.
And It really has like come full circle.
Yeah, and at
Yeah.
that time we had no idea what TikTok was. We kind of knew that people were.
I don't think it existed then.
Yeah, it might have still been whatever it was called before it was TikTok, Musically.
Oh, Musically.
Yeah, but YouTubers were starting to become a thing, but still, like, I was like, do people actually make money doing
Yeah.
that? Like, can you make that your job? I don't
Yeah.
know. So kind of crazy
As
how
you're at the pizza restaurant. That's so
I
awesome.
know some of our like regular customers would try to like set us up. They'd be like, "There's a Matt guy over there, and I think he has eyes for you." And I'd be like,
Stop.
"I think he's so cute too."
Yeah.
We were like engaged at the time.
Oh my gosh. You're like, that's because he does have eyes for me. When did you guys start like picking up like social media and YouTube and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I had seen Abby watching couples vloggers, and I was like, no way. Like, people are vlogging their life as a couple, and people watch that. Oh my God. I was like, I love to make videos. I used to make videos for fun as a kid. It was just a passion of mine. I'm like, yeah, we should totally do this. And so we made YouTube videos for about a year, and like nobody watched them. Like, I'm talking nobody. We got maybe 100 views.
How do you start?
I-
So you did, when you started, you only, like you just said, but you stayed with it?
Stayed with it. So I was basically working a part-time job as a YouTuber, but making no money because there's
But
no guarantees.
As a full-time student and also working an internship at a finance like
and a newlywed.
office and a newlywed.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the pandemic happened that we both lost our jobs, and they were just like, "See you guys." And so
Oh wow.
and school went fully online. We were still students at the time. And so we were kind of like, well, we're forced to make a change right now. Like, what if we just like really, it was Matt who decided this. Like, what if I just really like relied on our savings and just really tried?
Wow.
And so then you grinded, and it literally just
Well, you grinded.
happened.
You grinded too. You worked very hard too. Like, it wasn't just me.
Yeah.
But I will say it was a huge blessing that we had been saving up money. Like, we barely ate out. If her friends went to go get ice cream for $1, we'd be like, sorry guys, can't afford it. We're trying to save up money so we could, maybe move somewhere cool when we graduate, or just, build up a nest egg and try to play our cards right. But that allowed us to not have to rush and like find a job immediately when we got fired during COVID. And we're like, let's just pour all of our energy to this social media thing and
We
see
were
if it
in our
works.
tiny apartment all day, every day. So like, what else
Yeah.
were we going to do? You
Yeah.
know,
Wow.
because when everything shut down,
Yeah.
and that's just.
You guys are the definition of just like going for it. Like, so many people, which I feel like I'm like this. My fear holds me back a lot. So many people, they would just be like, that sounds like a crazy idea. I'm going to stay in this bubble that I'm comfortable with, and,
It's Matt.
stick to your teaching, stick to your finance.
Matt's the ultimate dreamer. But he's also, I feel like you're the perfect combination because you're a dreamer and you're a doer. Like, you make it happen.
You're so nice to me right now.
I don't
You're
know why I'm being so
flattering
nice
me
to him right now.
Abby, you're incredible. Like, Abby is so good at like everything she does. Abby was over a 4.0 student. She should have been like valedictorian. I don't know how you didn't get valedictorian or whatever at your school, but like, Abby's so intelligent. She's very good at like everything she does. And she's a natural on camera. Something I love about Abby is she doesn't care what people think about her. And I get so in my head, I get nervous. I second guess myself. I overthink everything.
Yeah.
Abby doesn't do that. She's always herself. It doesn't matter if she's, talking to someone who's homeless or a billionaire. It doesn't matter. She's going to be
It's gonna be the
herself
same conversation
all the time.
Yeah.
And I love that about her.
Yeah, that's
Very
super
nice.
cool.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a good team.
Good
Very good team.
You want to say something nice about me? He's like, no, I don't.
You're a good dog, Mom.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
And you're not as good as Matt, but
Yeah.
pretty good with the
I'll take
camera.
second. I'll take second.
I'll
I'll take second there.
'Kay.
Gladly will take second. Okay, so obviously like with social media, there comes, the trolls, the hate, all of that stuff. And I know that you guys have had your fair share of having to go through that. And we like just to talk about it because I feel like social media is such a large, it can be good, but it also can be really bad.
And
And
everybody can relate to it, whether
Yeah.
it's on, a different level.
Yeah.
I just feel like everybody can relate to that.
Yeah. And I know that you kind of had like a really hard time with it. Can you just kind of like share about like that time and how you kind of got out of it, or like boundaries you had to set moving forward after that?
Yeah, I mean, there's just like with the internet, like something gets caught, like picked up, and then the story just like snowballs and snowballs, and it becomes like there's like nothing good about these people, and you know, who knows? There's been so many different things. I'm like not even one singular incident, but
I think people can forget that you're human
For
and
sure.
that you make mistakes and
Exactly.
that you're not some character from a movie. Like you are just a person. And especially, I think the comments for us can be especially tough on TikTok because I think everything around TikTok is just like short videos. And so people see a short video of you and they don't see you as a person. They don't see you as a human. They see you as a
judge
character.
you off of that little snippet.
Totally. And so it's interesting though, because when you're building and growing, I think everyone's like rooting for you and cheering for you. But once you get to a certain size, people want to see you fall. They want to drag you down.
They're like, this is a good story. People loved them. Now they hate them. So yeah, I would say
Who was it tougher on?
Me.
Well, I mean, are we talking about like what specifically we're talking about?
I think we're talking about when we like kind of got canceled in Hawaii.
I didn't remember that.
We did a podcast episode about it.
We did a whole podcast episode on it, but
that was harder on me.
Yeah, it was definitely hard. I think on Abby, it was definitely hard on the both of us, but I think for you, it was like especially hard.
It just got to the point where like we really have to just be careful about how much we read, and like there's certain things I'm like I will never ever go there because it's just not important. Like if there's a video that's about us and it's clearly like a mean video, just scroll, move on, block, like don't look at it.
Yeah.
And then if it's like I don't even dip my toe anywhere near Reddit. Like there's like there's just so many things where it's like it's not for me. It wasn't written for me to see, and I don't need to read it. Like and I know who I am, and so I don't need
I think
random strangers.
I think go and look like we've never. I mean, there's people that get canceled and it's like really bad. Like we've never gone through that. Ours, I would say, are pretty mild compared to what it can be.
Yeah.
We didn't have like brands dropping anything with us. We didn't have like it wasn't anything. It wasn't like there was some massive scandal.
Yeah.
But I think like going through that though, you realize, wow. First of all, I don't wish this on anybody. Even someone who has actually done like when people do like bad things and they're canceled, I still feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
I always say the crime never fits the punishment.
It doesn't finish
online.
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
And I think it's just strong restrictions. Like both of us, our apps, like our social media apps are like, what are they, 15 minutes a day? And we just break it just to post and then pretty much disappear then.
Yeah, and you got to recognize too that it's okay for people to be wrong about you. It's okay for some people to not like you.
Yeah.
And just know that what matters is what your family thinks about you, your friends, your spouse, people in your circle.
And the good so much outweighs the bad.
It really does. And I think that's like really encouraging. Like when you see the positive comments, because it's weird. You can read 100 positive comments and you read one mean comment and it just wrecks you.
That's the one that's stuck in your brain.
Right.
Yeah.
I know.
Weird, right? Like, isn't it crazy how just one out of, it could be thousands, but you read one that's mean and you're like,
and even in person, everyone we've met in person that's like watched our videos or like listens to our podcast or things like that, they've been so nice and they have like only good things to say. And I'm like, why is that I remember the 2 people that didn't like it or something? I don't know. They have me figured out.
That's just, I guess, how humans work though. Like it's funny with friendships, you could have a really good friendship for a long time and then one bad thing happens and it could end a friendship. Like it's crazy how the bad outweighs the good in some situations. And you have to recognize, you have to bring your mind back to the reality of, okay, there's so much good here. You know?
True. So true.
Like healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Like
I like that the timer thing. I want to do that for us.
Yeah, I know you do.
We're not
the
like,
app restrictions.
Yeah. We're not like, I mean, we're trying to get more into TikTok of posting.
Yeah, I need to post again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I had like a hard launch and just ghosted.
Yeah. He really did.
How often do you guys post on TikTok?
I've only posted once.
Twice.
Or twice.
He just made one. I probably like once a week. Twice a week.
Nice.
What the heck was the last thing you posted?
Well, I'll post the podcast stuff. But I had a bunch of what?
You have?
I have.
Oh, that's good.
Maybe you need to look at my profile.
I haven't gone on TikTok in like 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What do you do on your phone all day? Instagram Reels?
My golf game.
Oh my I need to put a restriction on that
Golf
one.
That's the app you need to put a restriction
Golf
on.
game.
It's like he has to like fling the golf.
Oh my gosh, it's so
I'll be
fun.
showing him something on my phone. He's like, 1 sec. And like, because it's on a timer because he's playing
You
so
only
much.
have like 15 seconds to take a shot. So
It literally
like,
happened last night. I was trying to show him something.
I'm like, zip, zip. I'll come back to you. Just let me get the shot off. Okay, what were you saying?
That's probably
Always.
healthier. That's a lot
I love
healthier.
that.
Actually.
Always.
All I'm saying though, app restrictions are the move
Really?
because I put 20 minutes on TikTok and Instagram combined. So it won't let me open up the apps. After I spend 20 minutes total on TikTok and
A
Instagram,
day.
then it's done. Now I do know my passcode. So I'll go back in and like if I need to make a post to my story or post to TikTok, I can do that.
Right. But if it's just
But
a scroll,
It's crazy though. Like I'm like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, all that. Like that's our job. And I'll talk to my friends and be like, how many hours do you guys spend on TikTok a day? And they'll look in, they'll be like, oh, I spend about like 3-4 hours. And then I'll be like, oh wow, I'm only spending like 30-40 minutes a day, if that, So that's been super helpful for my mental health. Cause I think as a creator, if you just scroll and scroll and scroll, sometimes it feels like you're working because you're trying to come up with new ideas, but you're really just consuming and it's not good for you.
And it's draining you, but you're like, for what?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, mine's on 1 minute just so I like have to. I obviously break it, but it's like,
I
so I have
obviously
to
break
be
it.
intentional when it's like I don't just like impulsively click on the app and then because my fingers were just doing that. I would open my phone and it would just like go to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it's like, okay, I actually have to stop, think for a minute. Do I need to? Is there a purpose for me being on this right now?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then, and also, how long do I want to spend on it? Because then I can set, okay, I'm only going to be here for 1 minute or 15 minutes or an hour max.
Yeah.
It's
That's
good.
really good.
It's better that way.
Yeah, I agree. Matt, you have opened up. I wanted to touch on this. You've opened up about anxiety
Yeah.
and, how much Abby helps you with that. When has that always been something that has been a part of your life, or did it start like somewhat recently? What was
Totally.
that journey? How's that been for you?
Yeah, I think growing up like performing and wanting to be the best whatever I did,
Yeah.
I put a lot of pressure on myself. And I think that's probably where I first noticed it.
Yeah.
And I would get nervous, like even in high school, like before I'd go on stage, I'd like almost be shaking because I'd be so nervous. I
Me
wanted
too,
to
yeah.
perform so bad.
Oh, wow.
And I just had all these nerves build up. But where the social anxiety really came in was also high school. I just noticed myself like really caring what people thought about me, and I didn't even know why. And even though I wasn't afraid to, like, I don't know, I was passionate about sitting with kids at lunch who maybe didn't have someone to sit with, or being a friend to those who didn't have a friend. And I knew that people probably thought like, why is he not sitting with the cool kids or whatever? I don't know. Like I still, even though I did those things, I still was very aware of like, man, I hope people don't think I'm a weirdo, or I hope people don't judge me. And when I met Abby, she kind of put me at ease. I don't know. It just, something happened. Something about falling in love really helped me like get out of that anxious stage of my life.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I think like Abby didn't really realize it at the time, but just by having someone I could talk to, we used to talk on the phone like an hour minimum. We'd FaceTime like an hour every single day throughout our senior year while we dated long distance. And I think just having that friendship, that bond, like really helped me calm down. And that was incredible.
Yeah, I can relate to a lot of that for sure. And I can also relate to like finding your person like helps so much with that. Like sometimes it's the littlest things, but like just like her presence will just bring that from a 8 to a 3.
Yeah. And I can like sense sometimes if we're out somewhere and he's like feeling a little anxious, and I'll just like go like this.
Yeah.
And he'll calm
and
down.
It's nice to know, like, it's not, the touch on my knee isn't like alleviating all of it, but it's nice to just know that like your person or somebody else that you care about like knows, like they know, like she can definitely sense when it heightens for me, and just knowing that she's aware settles me.
That's really sweet.
Yeah.
Abby actually does that for me too. Like I get weird. I don't know. Sometimes if people recognize us in public, I'll get nervous. And Abby's like, hey, it's okay. Like, hey, it's all right. I don't know if you guys experience, like if Tay does the same thing for you, but she's very aware of me and knows when I'm anxious.
Yeah.
It's I think it's really cool that you open up about that stuff too, as like both of you being like, you're very like, I don't know.
Yeah.
No one would guess it
Right.
outside. Like no other people would guess it. And so like even our own family, like when Matt was like kind of talking a little bit about this, so it's like, Matt?
Really?
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
He's
I'm like,
outgoing. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
obviously like always in a social setting. How could someone that's so comfortable being seemingly so comfortable in a social setting possibly have social anxiety?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's so
true.
cool learning more about your story and you guys. I've been listening to your podcast and stuff, and just like I feel like I really know you guys, and it's been inspiring to know that you, as someone who's been a big name, been in all these big movies, and done so many cool things, is very open about your anxiety, and that to me is inspiring, because I'm like, oh wow, someone who's like done so much is I can relate to them. I can relate to like feeling this need to put on this show, or just like to try to be like this macho guy, when really I'm like, I get freaking nervous and I get social anxiety, and sometimes I don't know what the freak I'm doing, and I just I find a lot of comfort in knowing that I'm not alone.
Yeah. It goes back to what you were saying earlier, that at the end of the day, we're all humans.
Yeah.
And it's like, it doesn't matter if somebody is whatever.
Yeah.
Like, we all experience the same emotions and go through the same, similar things.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter what.
Yeah, and that's the whole goal. Like with our podcast, with Lemons, with everything, is like, even though like we have this platform, and like we want to use it to like make people feel like they're not alone. So like us being able to impact one person's life is really cool, because at the end of the day, what you said, we are all human, and we are all literally like going through the same thing, whether it's one troll or 1,000 trolls or whatever it is, anxiety, depression, like we all deal with it, obviously in different ways, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. Yeah.
I would say our number one goal when we started this was just to let people know that they're not alone, like no matter what.
Yeah.
Because that's what like hits me the hardest, is when people think that, they are alone and there's nowhere they can turn. There's nobody they can talk to or get help. Like, that's the last thing I want.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Good job. I was staring at you, and your facial hair is really long.
I know it is growing out. I'm seeing how long I can last, and I might be getting towards the end here.
I'm jealous. I can't do that.
Really?
Mine's just like so scruffy.
Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll get to your level, but I got nothing. I got nothing.
I love that. Okay, before we go into our Lemon 11 segment, we kind of talked about the podcast already. And I can't remember if we said it down there or up here, so I'm just going to ask it again.
Okay.
Where did the idea come from? Why did you even start one?
Yeah. Do you want to take that, or?
I don't actually remember consciously being like, we're going to start a podcast. So ask Matt.
Yeah, no, I think the first, originally a long time ago, when we were doing YouTube in the earlier days, which I guess wasn't that long ago, it was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
We had two types of videos. We did vlogs and like sit down videos, where we would maybe answer juicy questions or play some sort of couples game, or there was a trend
Just
for a while.
sit and talk.
Yeah, sit and talk. And I think from that, I was like, this would be cool if we could one day have a podcast. Like maybe we have two channels. And I put out the idea to our audience at the time, like 3 years ago, what if we have a vlog channel and like more of like a sit down channel? And people were like, nah, we don't really like that. But over the past year, our videos really moved towards more the vlog style. And I was thinking, man, we still have an audience for these sit down videos, but our channel's kind of like moved away from that.
Yeah.
So what if, rather than, keeping up the sit down videos and the vlog videos, what if we just made a podcast and just got to talk? And that'd be nice too for me, because I'm someone who I'm very, I like things to be done a certain way. I'm very particular about the editing. I want our videos to be good. I want to be proud of them. When people spend, 10 or 15 minutes watching a Matt and Abby video, I want them to walk away like, wow, that was a great video. I feel changed. I'm happier now that I watched that video. So I put a lot of work into them. But I thought, man, if we could do a podcast, I don't have to spend 20 hours editing or working with our editor. And because even when we have someone edit, I still spend like 20 hours like making sure. I just really care about the stuff we put out. So the podcast was a way for us to still keep that talking format, but maybe be more real and not have so many edits and just people could feel like they're just hanging out with us.
Yeah.
I think also we make a lot of short form content, and it's really easy to get misunderstood if it's a snippet.
Yeah.
And so it's cool that if someone listens to, a whole podcast episode,
Yeah.
that like they can really see a better glimpse of who we actually
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, on the flip side of it, if you take snippets of the podcast to promote the podcast, then that's where they kind of get out of control, but we just don't look at those. So
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's funny, like part of the reason, like Abby was saying, we want people to see a longer video. They can feel, they're not just seeing some short
Who
snippet.
you are. They can see
Yeah.
who
Yeah,
you are
for
as
sure.
people. Like,
Mhm.
we
But
all say
yeah,
things in the moment. Like, it's like you can't
Yeah.
you can't cherry pick.
yeah.
exactly. But to promote the podcast, we do make shorts and
Yeah.
TikToks of it. And then
Yeah.
sometimes the comments can get a little out of hand
Brutal.
if people kind of take it out of context or something.
I think another layer also to starting the podcast, this has kind of become a long-winded answer now that I think
Oh
of it.
no, I love
But
it.
it's really cool because like now that we have started a family, we feel ourselves like tightening the reins on like privacy when it comes to like us
I
as a
was gonna ask that.
family.
Yeah.
And it's really nice that the podcast it is just us or like us and guests. And
Yeah.
so it helps us like, I don't know, keep a lot of the personal elements out of it while like we're still talking about our personal lives. It's
Yeah.
just a little bit more removed, and it's like, oh, this is when we're filming this, and it doesn't feel like filming is seeping into every corner of our life
Yeah.
like it has before.
Yeah, I was gonna ask like how like now having a child, like how does that boundary with like what you share of parenting or like
Mhm.
about them, or how does that kind of like bleed? What's like the boundary there?
Yeah, it's ever evolving, honestly. Like
Yeah.
even since he's been born, he's not even a year yet, and like it has changed so much even within that year. And I think that we're always going to have to use our discretion, especially like as the internet is constantly changing, our son is changing. Like there's so many
Yeah.
things, and he will always be our priority. And
Mhm.
so that like this is all so secondary to that. So
Yeah.
that boundary's changing a lot and fluctuating. And as far as like talking about parenting goes, I'm comfortable talking about my parenting decisions because I don't know, that's the one thing. It's like I tell Matt, I'm like, people can tell me I'm a bad mom, or they can be like, it's just like telling me I'm
A walrus.
a walrus. I'm not a walrus. So it's like
you
it
know you're
doesn't
not.
affect me. I'm like,
you know
no,
you're
you're
a good
wrong.
mom.
So it's like I
Right.
don't
Abby,
I
you
like,
just don't care. You're like,
Yeah,
I
I
know
guess.
I'm a good mom to
Yes.
my son.
Yeah.
I feel really
That's
thankful for
that.
that sense of confidence in that area, because otherwise I
love
feel like I
that.
would have been chewed up and spit out and like
Yeah.
never want to talk about anything. But I'm like, I'm okay talking about it because
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
know
so
it's
hard
true
because
about myself.
everyone has like their own opinion on how to parent, how to.
Yeah.
yes.
Some people don't say no to their kids. Some do. Some spank. Some don't. Like they're so like. That was like 2 examples of thousands. But like
Yes.
everyone's different. And that's because every parent is different. Every child's different.
Yeah.
And some people don't
Yeah.
like to
And-
accept that.
And we had to learn to set some firm boundaries too with being parents, because like before, I mean, we've always been very vulnerable online. We've really shared a lot of what we go through, but now that we have our son, it's like we need to keep things. There's things that need to be kept private. Like we don't talk about his medical stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
And that also means certain things about us need to be kept private too. Because it's like if we have a
Yeah.
kid now, like we gotta consider him and those things.
Totally. And I think something that we've really come to the conclusion of more now so than ever is like, I don't know, growing up, Abby and I found our love for theater and performing in the arts as young kids. And we discovered that it wasn't pushed upon us. Our parents didn't force us into the arts.
Yeah.
I remember being a little like 4 or 5-year-old, like begging my mom to let me audition for a show and just like almost in tears because I just wanted it so bad. I just
Yeah.
thought it was so cool and I wanted to be a part of it. And I want our kids to experience that too. So we've kind of just like shifted now more so to where we're really like, we want our audience to be there for us, not
Yeah.
our kids. And one day, if our kids want to maybe pursue film or pursue something in the arts, like that's cool, but we're not gonna force anything
Yeah.
on them. We want them to have
Mhm.
that choice for themselves.
I
Yeah.
love
Mhm.
that. That's awesome. That's a great outlook on that.
Fun fact for everyone listening. We talked about this right before we started filming, but we launched our podcasts on the same exact day.
And
That's
we
did.
put out episodes on the same exact day.
We both launched The Squeeze and Unplanned on February 1st, and we both release episodes every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So crazy.
So now your
Crazy.
guys' Wednesdays are filled. Well,
Everyone gets a
Crazy,
double
right?
feature.
yes,
Yeah.
double
Exactly.
feature every Wednesday.
All right, should we do lemon 11?
We shall.
Okay.
And then get you some food because is your stomach growling?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Have you heard it multiple
Me
times?
too.
I've,
Yeah.
only, I've only heard it.
I've literally heard it through my headphones.
I think I maybe felt it.
The
Yeah,
vibration.
just rumble in the couch. Okay, this is our Lemon 11 segment. Fun questions, can be rapid fire. You can explain whatever you want. Number 1. This one is a doozy. What movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
See, we are podcast listeners. So we knew this
You
question
knew
was
it was
coming.
coming. Okay.
And in the car, Matt stole my song.
What?
What was it?
I mean, it could be both
I
of
thought of
you.
another
You're
one though,
Here's
so
the
you
thing,
can
that-
answer first, Matt.
I don't know
Okay.
if the title is the best way to describe, is the best intro to the question, but the one we were thinking of is 85 by Andy Grammer. And it's like, have you guys heard
Oh.
the song like, I don't want to be 85 saying, oh no, I think I missed it. I was
I think
chasing
so.
money. That
We
song?
love Andy Grammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know
It's
that.
a lesser known one of his.
Okay.
And we both like kind of latched onto it.
I need to listen to it now.
It's really just about like living in the moment. And
Yeah.
I love that. He's great.
like I don't know.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you?
To me, it means living in the moment. And to
Right.
me, it means not chasing money and not chasing.
Oh yeah, he has that great song. The frick, what is it called? Love is the new money.
That might be it. Oh yeah, and does he
He
do
has
like
so
a
many
whole?
songs
Does
with
he do
that
like a whole
theme.
poetry segment almost in it? There's like he like has a whole poem or something.
It's like a
Yeah, maybe
spoken
that one.
word.
yeah, spoken
Oh
word.
yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, but 85 is really good because I love that it just brings into perspective when you're old and gray and you're looking back on your life, you're not going to give a freak about money or fame or anything. You're just going to care about the people and
Yeah.
the people that impacted you and that you impacted.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I think another one by Andy Grammer is "Keep Your Head Up."
Yeah.
Love that song. I think that's probably a good description of my mental health. Just
Yeah.
reminding myself whenever I'm down, like
Yeah.
keep my head up. Not that I'm like I feel like I'm a pretty positive, happy person, but
Yeah.
I can be hard on myself and I can like look to the future like, man, if I just, work a little harder, I can accomplish this. But just reminding myself like I need to be present in the moment. I need to prioritize like people in my life always over work or
Yeah.
anything else because the people are what's most important.
I was thinking of a throwback song because I just
Okay.
listened to the same songs over and over, and I've been listening to this
Yeah.
one. I was thinking of "I'm on Top of the World" by Imagine
Imagine
Dragons.
Dragons.
Just because I feel like there's so many exciting life changes that are like
Mhm.
happening back to back for us,
Yeah.
and I just feel like really grateful. Like, heck,
Oh.
we're here with you guys. Like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
We have our baby. We have
Yeah.
you know
Lot to be
people
thankful
moving
for.
in, like our family. Like, I just feel really grateful. Like,
Yeah.
and then we've
Aw.
had so many trips back to back. So I just feel like I've just been like,
Yeah.
one thing after the other. And then pretty soon it's going to be like craziness.
Those were good answers.
Yeah, I love
I
that.
think we're feeling
Very
good
good
today,
answers.
honestly. You kind of
I
said
Yeah.
a good
love
one.
that.
I like those.
That was Taylor this morning. He was freaking singing "A Whole New World"
Uh-huh.
Beautiful.
Nice.
all morning, belting it. He was in the kitchen. I was in the bedroom getting ready.
I don't sound nearly as good as you do when you sing, but that's not gonna
Yeah.
stop me.
You were feeling.
I
You were
can't
on their level
sing
this
at all.
morning.
I was going to
Really?
try. And then I was like, we have headphones in. Matt, okay, literally when we sing to our baby before he goes to bed, he is laughing the whole time. He's like, "You're so off pitch," and I'm like,
He
"That is
changes keys like 5 times.
I'm gonna
I sing
need to
"You Are
hear
My
some of this.
Sunshine" to rock her baby to sleep.
I
and
took
she-
voice lessons for 7 years.
Wow.
Never took.
I keep trying to get him to get me voice lessons.
I heard that on your podcast.
yeah,
That's a bizarre fact about her. I
Yeah.
still don't believe it. I'm
You
like,
haven't started?
no.
he hasn't gotten them for me. I mean, I
You
guess I
can
could get
get
them
them
for
Taylor. What are you
I
doing,
know.
man? You
I
gotta buy her
don't
voice
really
lessons.
believe. I still think it's a joke.
If you got me voice lessons, I would actually take them.
What? Oh, we have numerous friends who are incredible singers.
Okay,
Why
well
don't
then
you
have
just
them help
have
me.
them help you?
I don't know when I passed this gesture off to you. I think I like wanted it as a birthday present, and I was like, and then you didn't get it. I was like, oh, maybe Christmas, and then that didn't happen. So
Okay.
I think it's just been stuck on you for so long
Okay.
that I'm not going to make the effort myself because I want you to do it.
Okay.
We'll follow up at
Aiden or
Christmas
Ben,
time.
if you're listening, come over.
He's not.
Yeah. I know you're not, but I'll text you. Never mind.
It's so funny. Yeah, I don't know why I'm not singing lessons, but
All right. Number 2.
number 2, how open are you with the people in your life when you're struggling?
It's good.
I feel like I am 150% open with Matt.
Okay.
Great.
And other people in my life, not as much. I think I definitely lean towards like sharing more, but
Yeah.
I think Matt definitely has a heavier emotional burden of mine. I tell him every single emotion I'm having.
That's great.
It's probably too much for him.
He's like,
He's like, I don't know what to do with all this.
Oh my gosh.
well, it's working, obviously.
Yeah.
I think for me, yeah, I probably tend to not share as much. I probably keep it to myself more so. And I will say this, like sometimes I don't know. I go back and forth because sometimes if I talk about it, it almost makes it seem like it's a bigger deal than it is. So if I hope it goes away. Maybe that's
Yeah.
not the right way to look at it, but
I know. I'm like always trying to get it cracked open. And he's like, just let me move on.
like if I'm anxious in public, she'll be like, "You want to talk about it?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to talk about it." Because I
Yeah.
just like I'm hoping that I feel like if I talk about it, then it's going to give it more
Then you're gonna be
energy.
thinking about it.
But
Yeah.
someone, I need to keep practicing this. Somebody told me this, like if you're ever having anxiety or something, they said like a therapist told them, like say like almost like wave to it, be like, "Hi, anxiety. Hi, how are you doing there?" And like recognize its existence, but don't
Yeah.
give it energy.
Yeah.
And that was helpful to just like recognize like, oh, it's not scary to recognize that it's there.
Yeah.
But just taking away the energy from it will then help it go away.
Yeah.
So, because trying
That's
to
nice.
make it, trying to act like it's not there isn't going to make it disappear.
Yeah.
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 But
I like that.
also, running from it
Yeah.
won't. Because, I mean, one of Dr. Amen's things in breaking an anxiety attack is not
Not move.
leaving the situation completely.
Yeah, like let's say you're out somewhere and you're having anxiety, don't literally don't run from it. Like stay
Mm-hmm.
where you are.
Yeah. And then wave at it, say hello.
Yeah.
And then say, okay, we're carrying on.
Yeah.
Love
Good.
it. All right. Number 3. What is your favorite part of your morning or night routine?
If you don't have one, no judgment. Totally fine.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I love
It is.
taking baths.
Oh,
I'm a bath
You,
girl.
both of
I literally take. How many baths do I take a day?
So many.
A day?
Or not
At
a
least-
day.
no,
Sorry.
We take probably one a
A
day.
week.
One a day.
I take one a day.
oh that's so
Probably.
nice.
Okay.
I need to wind down. Okay,
Yeah.
That is just that's my me time.
My morning and night routine is non-existent. It's
Yeah.
so bad, you guys. Like, I'll wake up immediately, go get our son out of bed, then we'll go on like a bike ride, or
No,
I'll
that
feed him
should be your
breakfast.
thing.
Oh, I guess it is my
Your
routine
bike
then.
ride. You
If
go
I'm-
on a
Do
bike
that
ride with
every
Griffin
morning?
every
Maybe that is my
morning.
routine. Yeah, that is
Oh,
my
wow.
routine. But
Oh,
I
yeah.
skip like this sounds so disgusting. Oftentimes I'll skip like brushing my teeth and washing my face until like 2 o'clock because I just like
Happens
I'm-
to the best of us.
I'm watching my son, and then like immediately I'm like, okay, I have to go edit and get to work, and then
Yeah.
I'm trying to get work done in the morning, so that I can have time with my family after like 5 o'clock, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so I don't get around to like the self-care part until later.
Right.
Oh yeah. No, especially when you're working from home, I'll
Yeah.
sometimes I'll wake up and then like go straight into meetings, and I'll have like 5, and then it's 3, and I'm like
You
haven't
wake
brushed
up,
my
come
teeth.
straight in here, and I won't see
Well,
you.
I have my because I wake up before him. I have like my quiet time downstairs, and
Mhm.
I have my like routine of literally turning on lamps, lighting a candle, making my coffee,
Turning
sitting,
on Good Morning Football.
Beautiful.
and then I come up here and work. And then by that, I'll normally work for a little, and then the dogs will be in here, and they'll just be staring at me because I want to go in bed with him. So then I'll let them in the room, and then that's when he wakes up.
Great routines.
Even though yours is just sleeping.
You're so funny.
Number 4 is, how has your career impacted your well-being?
Am I going first or you?
What is my career?
I guess you're an influencer. is what-
You go first, man. You go first.
No, that's good. I think, it's been shocking because like I feel like I would just be like young Matt would be so blown away by like what has happened and what we've been able to accomplish. And I just feel so blessed. And I just can't believe that we have 5 million TikTok followers and like 4.5 million YouTube subscribers. It just like blows my mind. I just never would have ever thought that would be me.
Yeah.
But that being said, I've been shocked that like I'm still just a person that has regular person problems, and just because like you have more followers or more money, it doesn't make you happier. It doesn't necessarily like, I don't know. I think, I guess the way it's impacted my well-being is I feel very grateful, but I also recognize that I still have the same problems that I had before. And I just hope that now that I've been given this and I've been blessed to, have this happen, I just want to be a good steward with it. I want to do good with this incredible opportunity we've had.
Yeah. It's a great answer.
I think that is a hard question for me to answer personally, because I don't feel like I am in a career, even though it very much so is. Like, it feels like it did happen very gradually. And then also like Matt really was like the muscle behind like what happened. And I feel like I was kind of like along for the journey, and it doesn't mean that I didn't like work for it also, but it just kind of like, it felt like a very natural progression.
Yeah.
So, but then as far as like, it has opened up so many crazy cool experiences that I feel like, so like, how in the world is this my life? Is this what's happening? And then also there's the flip side, of course, where it's like, wait, I didn't ask for all these opinions and for like, to be under a microscope or like these, like, I wasn't ready for all that. So I think it comes with both,
Yeah.
Sure.
It's weird how you experience the stuff online as if it's a person right there next to you. Like, I think back to high school, if someone said something really mean to me or hurt my feelings, I think the same emotional response that I had back in that time is the same that I have now if I see a mean comment or something goes on. It's weird how just because it's now online, it doesn't change the way it makes you feel.
Yeah.
Very
That's
true.
so true.
Yeah. Okay. Number 5. What would you say is the most misunderstood thing about you?
I even thought this for a long time, like other people that did the same thing. I was like, they must be kind of shallow. Like, and so sometimes I feel like that is like something that like, I'm like, oh, I hope they don't think that I'm like shallow or that I only care about like products and like, I don't know, makeup and hair and money and attention. I think, or like maybe like narcissistic, because it's like we film and upload stuff about ourselves. I'm like, I hope they don't think that I'm just like all into myself. So that's probably something that I'm like, not that I don't even think that people necessarily say that in general, but I feel like that's like
that's just your fear
connotation about the career and the nature of it in general.
It's really interesting too, because oh man, where am I going with this? For a while, since I tend to make more of the videos than Abby. I enjoy making videos. It's my passion. And so like for a while I would show myself like cleaning the house or like taking care of our son or taking care of Abby, because like those are just things that were going on. I'm like, oh, our audience is interested in this. I should make content around it. I like making content, so this would be fun. And so people had this connotation of like me as, oh, he's just doing everything. He's the cook, he's the cleaner, he's taking care of the baby. And I was like, whoa. Like, that's not at all the case. Like, I just happen to be filming it. Abby does actually more than I do, because I do more of like the back end of our business and the edits and all that. And so I actually made this video about that, where I was like, don't be fooled by me taking care of my son. Because like I was trying to show that my wife does more than me. Don't be fooled by what you see on camera.
You're just trying to give me
trying to hype Abby up. And that video got me a lot of hate because people were like, oh my gosh, you don't do anything for your son. You don't do anything around the house. It totally had a flip reaction. And I felt really misunderstood at that time.
Gosh.
You never can please everyone.
No, you can't.
Somebody sent me this video recently. I showed it to you of all these different scenarios of this couple walking with this camel or something, and every scenario that you could possibly do, where both of the couple are sitting on the camel, and it's like the people are offended that you're abusing the animal. But if it's
just the girl on it, then people will say, oh, like he's whipped, like he's letting her have it and
Yes.
he's walking. And then the
Just
flip
him
is
on
if
it.
he's on it and she's
How
walking.
dare he
Yeah.
make her walk if neither of them, like, you don't know how to ride a horse? Like,
Yes.
in every
Yes.
scenario, somebody's gonna be, judging you.
I love that.
I know. It was a funny video.
Yeah, that's really accurate. What are we on? 6?
6.
Great. What is the greatest advice you've ever received?
Abby, you said something. Oh,
a friend of mine who is much wiser than me. She has she reminds me a lot. She was like, other people are allowed to be wrong about you. And so I think that that's something that has really impacted me. Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it kind of gives overall peace to a situation where it's
Yeah.
like, they can be wrong. It's fine. I don't need to change their opinion.
Yeah.
They don't need to, I don't know, change their own mind.
Yeah.
Like,
You
it's
said it earlier, and
Yeah.
it stuck with me. I heard you say it earlier, and I was like, I like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like a very much and it also puts the control back on
Right.
my shoulders, where
Right.
I think that's the healthiest place for it to be, right? Because I can only control myself.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, they're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's
like
great.
I would second that. I thought that was really good advice.
It doesn't have to make me angry. It doesn't have to make me sad. It doesn't have
Yeah.
to change how I view myself.
Yeah.
They
That's
can
so
be
true.
wrong.
Okay, number 7. What does wellness mean to you?
Balance.
Mm.
I think it's balance. I think too much of any one thing is not good. It's
Yeah.
not healthy. And I think just making sure you're getting outside and staying active and hanging out with people and
Yeah.
working, but not working too much because that
Yeah.
that leads to burnout. But then working too little, then I just feel dissatisfied. So I just having a good balance of all those things, I think, is what true wellness is.
Fantastic answer.
I feel like we talk
And I'm
about balance
horrible
all
at
the
balance.
time.
You're like,
So
"Yeah,
And I
bad.
love
suck
that
at
Matt's
it."
saying this.
So
I'm not going to
bad.
call him out right now, but
So bad. I'm the worst at balance.
But at least you know.
some days
Yeah.
I'll be like, have you drank water today? What are we at?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like
So-
I feel my wellness, my overall well-being is the best when I have, everything is about as even as possible.
Yeah.
I used to stay up till 5 a.m. editing our YouTube videos, and I can't do that
Jeez.
anymore because we have a baby who wakes up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Used to be earlier. Luckily now he's sleeping until 7. But that I've learned quick that okay, I have a balance problem. I need to work on it.
Yeah.
I probably
Maybe
always
we'll
will.
do that to you. They'll kind of
Yeah.
force you to put things
Yeah.
they need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a baby.
Maybe you do.
I'm not good at balance. For not having a child, though. Sorry.
Sorry.
Not yet.
You want to clarify at the moment.
At the
At the moment.
At the moment. We kind of touched on this, but I'll say it. Number 8. What is your relationship with social media, and do you think it affects your well-being?
For sure. I think it definitely does.
Yeah, I think it goes back to that balance thing. I think just getting rid of it totally, I'm like, I don't think that's the right answer. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot of joy that comes from it. For me, as a creative, I love that I can put out something that I work really hard on onto these apps, and people can watch it and enjoy it and share it, and it maybe makes them happy, and that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So it's cool that it allows for an audience to see something that I'm really passionate about. But I think overconsumption of social media, just like overconsumption of anything, is just not good.
Yeah,
For sure.
for sure. I think healthy boundaries with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just having the sweet spot of the right amount of social media makes me happy.
Yeah.
Love that.
Which is very little, honestly.
Yeah, with your guys' timers.
Yeah.
Okay,
funny.
number 9. What is your favorite form of self-care?
Baths.
I automatically thought of baths again.
Biking.
I honestly working out. I know it's not looking like I'm on my gym game right now, but I love going to the gym because I'm like, Matt, I like to do something hard, but then it's so satisfying.
Yeah. You just feel good for the rest of the day.
And I specifically like group fitness because I'm I love to be around other women
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I like to push myself. And I also love the drive. I love every part of it. Driving there, listening to a podcast. Driving for me is so relaxing.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I think working out is another one of mine.
two things for me would be EDM music
Okay.
and board sports. So I
Oh.
love to skateboard, snowboard, surf, one wheel. I one wheel probably every day.
Really?
Because we live by a mountain. I just can like see like one wheel
Do you know
around.
what those are?
Do you know what that
That
is?
little
thing?
That
Yeah.
one. It's
Yeah.
a big wheel. It's
With
one
the
wheel.
It's
on the
one
side,
wheel.
You just
Yeah, it feels like you're snowboarding on concrete.
Is
It's
it
so much fun.
electric?
Yeah,
You-
it is.
put your
Yeah.
toes forward.
It's
Yeah.
and,
like in. Oh wait, no, it's in between, right? The wheels
Yeah,
in
yeah.
I should
between.
have
You're like,
between.
I should have brought ours. I could have taught them how to one wheel.
And you just
It's my
kinda,
favorite
like,
thing, you guys.
it looks fun. I
Yeah.
want to try for
It's
sure.
pretty
Yeah.
hard.
So
Is it?
I'll put my earbuds in and just blast some EDM and just like music really puts me in a good mood.
Yeah.
And secretly I kind of want to be a DJ. Maybe
You guys, I will
maybe
be
just manifesting that
downstairs.
right now.
We have a 2-level house. I will be downstairs, and I'll be down there with company, and we'll hear like some chaos upstairs. I'm like, no, it's Matt just jumping,
Literally me
like
just dancing.
by himself.
Yeah. I love to dance. Love dancing.
I love it.
that's the best.
the best.
Who's
gosh.
I also enjoy EDM music.
Yes.
Who do you have like a standout, like a favorite DJ or
Right now,
artist?
right now it's Mike Perry.
Love Mike Perry.
So good.
Yeah.
His music. Stay Young is a
Yeah.
song that I've been like listening on repeat recently.
Yeah.
And two DJs that we saw in Vegas, we went to go hang with our friends. We went to two clubs. I think they're the biggest day club and the biggest nightclub in the world. The Encore Beach Club and then XS, two
Yeah.
clubs in Vegas. Went there and saw Medusa and Griffin. Both those
We did not name our son after a DJ.
Okay. Good
But-
to know. We are
So-
friends with Griffin.
No way.
Stop.
Yes.
No way.
We love him.
That's
and I love his
so-
music.
His
too.
music's great. And so I was
Music's
on a
great.
big Griffin kick and a big Medusa kick after that trip.
Oh wow.
I didn't know who they were before, but I had heard their songs and I was like, I love their music. So
Wow.
that's so sick that you guys are friends
That's
with Griffin.
awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. His name's Dan. Great guy.
Wait, what? I totally did not realize that.
Yep. His name is not
Wait, is
Griffin.
his last name Griffin?
Griffith.
Griffith? Dan
Uh-huh.
Griffith?
I think so.
Yeah. I'll confirm. I'm 99% sure this is all public knowledge.
I think you can Google it. If
Yeah,
we
well.
can't Google it, let's not put this in.
Pretty sure that's known.
We're like outing him.
Right?
Dear
Like,
God.
Real
For
identity.
10 years, nobody knows who Griffin is.
He's not gonna
Like,
be our
his name
friend.
is Dan Robert Griffin.
Oh boy.
It's funny you bring that up because Abby for a while was like, we're not naming our kid Griffin because of that DJ in Vegas, right? And I'm like, no. But I definitely always thought that name was cool. And when you brought up the name Griffin,
It
I was
is a
like,
great name.
that's our child's name.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just knew.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 10.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
right here.
there it
Dog
is.
is
Thank
so
you,
cute.
princess.
Number 10 is who has had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Probably say Abby. I think helping me through my anxiety just put me in a good spot. And I don't know. I think you just know me better than anybody. So yeah, I would say you.
Yeah. I honestly feel like my sister-in-law, I was thinking about this on the drive here because
That's so
I knew this was
sweet.
one of the questions, but like she's very good at asking questions.
Yeah.
And I don't know a lot of people in my life like that, like really are so intentional in their conversation, like
Mm.
wanting to like really know how you're doing. And
Wow.
it doesn't feel like pressure. And it also feels like she's really thinking about the person. She does it with everyone she knows. She's very intentional. And I feel like she's
This
great.
is your brother's wife?
Yeah.
Who's
That's-
also pregnant right now,
And her
name
name's
is also
Abby Howard.
Abby Howard.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so awesome that you guys have like,
Wait,
gotten that
I
close.
feel like that's
and-
actually even more weird than us having the same name.
Yeah.
Sister-in-laws.
The two brothers found Abby's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We both found Abby.
In high school. They're high school sweethearts too.
Wow. It's meant to be.
Whoa.
Really? It's crazy.
You're
Yes.
fascinated by that one.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Like, what if my name was McKenna?
Yeah. Well, McKenna's husband's name is Jacob.
Oh, okay. I
Wait,
guess
that's really
true.
funny.
I guess that is random.
Well, you know what else is weird?
Oh.
My dad's name is Matt. So
My
And her-
dad's name is also Matt.
And her brother has the same birthday as me. So I just turned 25 on the 18th. And
so many
that's
weird things going on.
and her brother turned 22. So
Wow.
we have the same
Okay.
birthday.
That's how you know it's really meant to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
A lot of Matts.
this. Side note, Dan name is public knowledge.
Okay.
Public
Vic,
knowledge.
just let me know.
I should
Perfect.
have known.
Yes.
Perfect.
I really thought
Right?
his name was
Dan.
Griffin.
Great music.
So much. Great music. Real name, so much less exciting than Griffin.
Dan.
Just Dan.
Dan.
That's funny.
All right. Last but not least, number 11. If you could go back to one moment in your life, what moment would that be? And what would you say to yourself?
Wedding day, hands down.
Aw.
Okay.
I think it was just such a special day. I felt so many feels that day. We had a lot of people there that we cared about that got to celebrate that moment with us. And it was truly, truly special. I think I would tell myself, though, that not only should you live in the moment this day, but for every day.
Mhm.
And it's because I live a lot of my life looking to the future
Yeah.
or looking to the past and being like, wow, that was such a cool time. And I forget about the present.
Yeah.
And people told me on our wedding day, you really should just take it all in and just really appreciate everything that's happening. And today's about you. You know, we're all
Yeah.
here to celebrate you. And so it was just cool being told, live in the moment. And I did. I really did live that day fully in the moment. But I feel like I forgot after that it's equally as important to live every day like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Like that day, I had so much clarity of mind. Like I wasn't like worried about anything going wrong. I literally, there's these videos going around. They're like, say what you would like change about your wedding. I'm like, I can't even think of anything I would possibly change. Like
Yeah.
it was just like so perfect. We were married at the end of the day. Hi.
You're giving me way too many kisses right now.
It was really a perfect day. And then also the day we got engaged was so fun too
Aw.
because it was just us and like we didn't have anyone else there actually, which would have been sweet too. But the fact that it was just us was so fun.
Yeah.
And then we just like we were in Disney and we just like
Mhm.
ran around
Oh
and
my
like
gosh.
had so much fun that whole day.
Aw.
And everything like was such a big deal. Like remember we got soaking wet, like we got rained on. We were just like so happy. We were like running in the rain. Like
Yeah.
it was
Carolyn,
so fun. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's so sweet.
Engagement day was a good day for everyone.
I agree.
All
Well,
right.
Perfect.
Well,
well-
thank you. Oh, I put my mic away because Remy's been kissing the crap out of me.
Aw.
Sweet.
I know. You're asking for your
Oh, oh.
lunch. I know.
Can you say thank you?
We say, thank you for coming, Matt and
Thanks
Abby.
for squeezing us in.
Thanks for squeezing us in today.
Thank you for having us, you guys.
Yeah,
This has been
it's
really
really
fun.
such an honor. Thank you.
Aw,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
And we'll
Truly.
have their podcast linked below. And
Unplanned Podcast.
Unplanned.
February
Thank
1st.
you.
Every Wednesday.
Oh boy.
Thank you guys.
All right. We are back. We hope you enjoyed that wonderful conversation with Matt and Abby. Matt and Abby, thank you for being on the squeeze. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. Whatever you're doing, make sure you what should they do?
As always, you can subscribe.
Subscribe.
You can follow us. You can like this video.
Follow,
Leave us a comment what you
Like.
thought of the episode.
comment.
My echo. We have a TikTok now. I don't know if we've said that on here yet, but
Yes, we
the
have.
Squeeze has a TikTok at the Squeeze Podcast.
So if you ain't following it, you better go follow it right now.
Go follow us there. As always, you can follow us on Instagram at the Squeeze. You can follow us if you want. I think we're kind of funny on
You do?
social media. Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like I post some pretty funny content.
Biased, but
Yeah.
all right.
And always there's Lemons by Tay for additional resources and conversations about, the topics that we discuss on the show, just to kind of dive a little deeper into the topics. And I think that may be it. Oh, our email.
Our email.
lautner.thesqueezepodcast@gmail.com, where you can send in your Tea Time with Tay topics. We're going to do a little episode again with that here shortly. So send in any questions, comments, concerns, advice, stories, things you would like to know, us to talk about, us to answer, us to give our advice on.
Okay. We
Well-
love you guys.
On top of that, head into your week with a happy heart after doing all those things.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see you next week.
Woo!
Bye.
This podcast has been brought to you by Podcast Nation.